Guys, there was a point around the 7-minute mark there in the fourth quarter where the Spurs had a 10-point lead, and you're thinking everything's good.
We were thinking everything's good. However, Dan brought up a great point at halftime. Spurs season-high 68 points in the first half, 102 points at the end of 3. The question was, can they keep up this offensive pace with the Bucks, who are used to playing like this for the full 48, because it is, unfortunately, a 48-minute game. And you're right, absolutely right. At about that 7-minute mark, things went downhill for the Spurs. Milwaukee went on a huge run from that point on. 40 points in the fourth quarter as well. Spurs just couldn't keep up.
Yeah, 32-15 was the run they went on over that last 7:20, and it was a mixture of everything. It was Antetokounmpo going to the basket. It was uncontested three-pointers. I mean, this is the #1 scoring offense in the NBA for a reason. But you know what it also was? It was the #1 ranked field goal defense in the NBA, and the Spurs put 129 on them tonight and shot 53%. And I don't think that should be, you know, underappreciated either.
Yeah, look at the numbers, and they had 4 guys who scored over 20 points. Here were the 2 big ones. Obviously, the Greek Freak, another great game for him, making a big run at the MVP. But we talked about Chris Middleton, and he is a fantastic player, you know, matching him with all those other guys.
Yeah, I mean, they were firing on all cylinders. For the second half of that fourth quarter, they put the Greek Freak at the 5. So they had him at the 5, and they were just attackers, slashers, scorers all around him, shooters. It got really hard to defend that Bucks team. This transition defense kind of went in the toilet. Bucks were getting out running, getting all they can eat, attacking, kicking, getting to the foul line. It felt a lot like that New Orleans game where the Spurs, yeah, they were scoring a lot of points, but are the Spurs going to win games by outscoring teams that want to play like that, like New Orleans, like Milwaukee? At a certain point, that Spurs defense has to be your calling card and has to get you a W by stringing together stops. Tonight, another example where the Spurs couldn't do that down the stretch.
And I'll ask you, Matt, you know, through 19 games this season, would you be more surprised about the fact that the Spurs 4 times have scored more than 120 points or 4 times have allowed more than 120 points in a game?
Yeah, I mean, both are outlier statistics.
Right.
But for me, I'm old school Spurs. Not as old school as Sean, but I played from 2006 to 2016. And, you know, if you were giving up 120 points in a game, that was atypical, to say the least. So 4 times already this season, it could be a problem.